What's going on, guys? Super Savage 789 here, bringing you guys a video. And today we want the Galactic Patrol Raise Goku episode 8. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Deep within Galactic prison, numerous villains remain, all unable to escape, merely living their lives. The person who hates it the most would of course be Frieza. He's treated like dirt, given crappy food, and has no one to rule over. He can't even get any wine. If only he had a chance to change that, to make himself immortal, and get revenge on all those who were involved in making his life a living hell. From word of mouth, Frieza would hear about the supposedly strongest person in there, named Moro, and approaches him with a proposition. If he helps him break out, then in return, Frieza will take in Namek, so he can get whatever wishes he'd like. Moro can tell Frieza's ulterior motives, however he agrees, and the duo would escape, quickly setting course to Namek. The moment Kakarot realized what has happened, he begins to panic. Not only is Moro one of the most dangerous criminals ever, but so is Frieza. Together they can only cause trouble. He assembles a squadron of elites to make sure they all have their work. A group of criminals are on the loose with spaghetti named Puns, and they need to take care of. Maris, Paragus, and Broly will go to take care of that. Kakarot, Ginyu, and Buu will head to Namek, leaving Tabo and Jocko to keep the other prisoners at bay, and make sure the headquarters isn't attacked while they're gone. With everyone having their missions, they all head out to hurry and do what they must. With Maris doing what Maris does and taking down the Getty trio, we won't focus on those three, since he does exactly the same thing as he does in canon. As Kakarot's in the ship, he remembers how Buu has a Grand Kai in his body, asking to bring it out, which Buu would, assuming Grand Kai's appearance. Ginyu and Kakarot get an exposition dump about Moro, making them panic even more. Since Moro is such a threat, Ginyu tells Kakarot and the Grand Kai to hold his back as he uses instant transmission to teleport them all to the highest power level on Namek. Nail is shocked to see them there, asking what's happening. Once getting a brief rundown on the situation, Nail tells him that he'll fuse with all the warriors to get the best chance to defeat them, flying off. Ginyu decides to go with him to make sure no one can kill him prior, leaving Kakarot and the Grand Kai to witness as Moro and Frieza arrive on the planet. When next in the ship, Frieza greets Kakarot, asking how he's been sarcastically. Kakarot isn't playing, however. He immediately powers up to Super Saiyan, telling Frieza he's going straight back to prison. This makes Frieza laugh as he and Kakarot clash. Kakarot can tell that Frieza has not only been training, but has been given an added amp, resulting to using Super Saiyan True to try and keep an advantage. While we're here, I'm going to explain what the training could be for the Galactic prison, since they have those key suppression cuffs. They can do training, it just would be quite suppressed, so the training would be a lot more slower. However, they can do training. So Frieza's 4 months power up would probably be like over however many years he's been trapped in there. So yeah, that's just how I'm going to explain it for the story. While Frieza and Kakarot fight, Moro would leave to find the Dragon Balls, so the Dai Kaioshin pursues him. He begins fighting him using a mixture of his own and Buu's powers to try and take Moro down, slowly getting his ki taken as well as the essence of the planet. With minimal magic powers restored, Moro is able to use some magic to paralyze the Dai Kaioshin, allowing Moro the chance to escape. Kakarot and Frieza decide to stop holding back, with Kakarot going into Mastered Ultra Instinct and Frieza going into Golden Form. When rushing Frieza, Kakarot is able to dodge his attacks and hit him with hard blows, shocking Frieza at his strength. He is also able to hold Ultra Instinct much longer than Frieza could hold his Golden Form, since he's been training with it ever since Maris joined the Galactic Patrol. That's like 6, maybe 7 years ago. When Frieza falls out of his form, Kakarot cuffs him and knocks him out. Moro would begin collecting Dragon Balls one by one, with Ginyu and Nail going around the planet to collect the balls, before Moro can, as well as allow Nail to absorb the other warriors. Moro finds the duo holding the remaining Dragon Balls, requesting for them to give them to him, which they both refuse. Nail rushes at Moro, who would begin absorbing his energy as much as possible, before killing him. Ginyu would be prepared to fight and rushes at Moro, using as many of his spirit control abilities as possible. He never truly mastered it, so he won't have whatever power Vegeta is learning in the manga currently, but he would know the clones and stuff like that. Moro merely absorbs Ginyu's energy before unleashing a massive ki blast that sweeps up Ginyu and seemingly kills him. Luckily, Ginyu managed to use an instant transmission to appear next to Kakarot and Dai Kaioshin, telling them that they've lost. In the distance, they see Porunga get summoned, making Kakarot panic. He rushes off to go and see what's happened. He arrives to see true horror. Just like a nightmare, everyone is there. King Piccolo, Raditz, Nappa, Vegeta, the remaining Ginyu Force, Frieza, King Cold, Dr. Gero, Bobbidi, Deborah, they're all there. Plus all the original criminals and the Frieza Force. All of them notice Kakarot, all ready for revenge. Kakarot knows he can't stop them all. Some of them want revenge, others are mostly impassive, but everyone can tell that there will be a fight. Before Kakarot can be killed, Ginyu uses instant transmission, and grabs his boss, quickly dipping out. They arrive at the Dai Kaioshin and quickly realize they need to escape. Using instant transmission yet again, they manage to barely get back to Galactic headquarters. Vegeta would ask why Moro leased them all. He doesn't plan to be a slave to another tyrant, which Frieza grins at, telling Vegeta that if he has a problem with him, he should come and show him. Moro merely tells him that if they occasionally find opponents to consume, they can give them godly power, which they'd all agree to. They all split off to do their own things with the Moro amp. Let's back up a little bit. Tabo and Jocko would be doing their best to keep everything stable, and for the most part it was. That's until Moro got his wish and took all the prisoners out of Galactic prison. Realizing that this might be more extreme than they originally thought, Jocko would send a message to Earth requesting them to send every fighter to the Galactic Patrol. They need their help. By the time the rest of the patrol returned, they'd be presented by Kami, Krillin, Tien, Yamcha, Trunks, Boxer, Roshi, and the androids. Seeing his son in front of him confuses him, but now isn't the time to question it. Kakarot pulls his son in for a hug as the two embrace. After everyone is healed, Kakarot briefs everyone on the situation about Moro being broken out. Goku using the computer to determine that there are subsections of people who are broken off together. This worries Kakarot as they now have many more threats to worry about, on top of the already godly Moro. Everyone, listen up. Many of the threats of the past are back at it again, and we all need to band together to take them down. King Piccolo will most likely go to Earth, and will have his demon children behind him. We also have reason to believe Gero has teamed up with criminals like Shikareka and 7-3, and will also head to Earth. We'll send the hub of our fighters there. As for the rest of them, there are three main groups we should worry about, besides Moro: the Saiyans, the Frieza Force, and Babadook's warriors. Kakarot takes a pause while thinking stuff over to come up with the best possible strategy to take them on. He needs to place the correct people in the correct place, or everything falls apart. Let's start with the Saiyans. Tabo, I want you up against your brother, since you have the most knowledge of his abilities. As for a powerhouse of the group, I'd normally send Broly and Paragus, but it appears Paragus' vendetta against them may present an issue. Boxer, I want you to go with him. Tabo is visibly worried and afraid, which Boxer notices. He approaches Tabo, telling him that it'll be fine, placing a grin over his face, thanking his boss's son for his kind words. Next up is the Frieza Force. Ginyu, you worked as a high-ranking officer for Frieza and Colt for several years. You know the abilities of every soldier inside and out, so you'll be going. Paragus and Broly will also go with you, since Broly is very strong and you'll need a powerhouse to beat Frieza in the state he's in now. Ginyu gives a very flamboyant bow towards Kakarot. However, Paragus is seemingly ignoring everyone, his mind focusing on something else at the moment. It's nothing out of the ordinary though, as Paragus mostly does that. As for Babidi, he uses a lot of magic, so we'll send Boo to counteract it. Also, Babidi has the power to amplify the evil in someone's heart, so we need someone who's extremely pure. Meros would be a good choice, but he'll be busy, so the most purest person in the room besides him feels like... you! He closes his eyes and points towards Trunks, shocking everyone. Yamcha immediately kicks in as a protective father, asking Kakarot to reconsider. Last time Dabura turned to stone, he can't have his son get killed again. Trunks reassures his father that he'll be fine. He'll be trained to protect himself. He has his own kid now. He gets how Yamcha feels. It is terrifying, but it motivates him not to die. Placing his fist up towards Yamcha, who bumps his son, smiling. Me and Meros will be working on pursuing and tackling Moro. We may be the only ones who can do it. Also, Moro's forces have some weaker subgroups out there that also need taken care of. Jocko and Roshi, was it? We'll be taking care of them. The rest of you, return to Earth and we'll await Piccolo and Gero. Kakarot can see the uncertainty in his crew's face, so he needs to think of a strong finale. He digs deep in his soul as he begins to think of the right words. Some of us will be fighting people we already have. That doesn't mean we should know what to expect. Don't let sentiment get in the way. Lethal force is authorized, so don't spare an opponent and give the foe the chance to blow up the planet. Or I'll rewind time and blast them and steal away a good kill that you guys deserved and ruin a movie. No one laughs at Kakarot's joke, leaving him to cough and continue. Be safe. We'll all be meeting up back here after our missions are done. If anything happens, press the emergency beacon, and someone will come and save you when their mission is done. With his speech over, everyone prepares for battle. Kami uses Kai-Kai to take everyone who needs to be at Earth to Earth, as everyone else gets in their respective ships, and jets off for an epic battle. But guys, that's all we here. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below, skipping to episode 9. As you can see, the setup for the next couple episodes is going to be pretty amazing. Make sure you stay tuned for that. I don't know which subsection I'm going to do first. I'm thinking doing the Saiyans, then Frieza Force, and then I'll do Margins, and then Earth, considering Earth will have a lot more trouble. But I don't know, I'll think about it. And yeah, bye!